Wailing cries of dying men, mixed with the harrowing howls of dark beasts, filled the cold night air, bitter and unforgiving. Harsh winds shook the tall pines of the forest, casting drifts of snow onto the thick black hair of a lone warrior. He was tired, so tired. However, the acidic hatred and determination boiling within his veins urged him forward. Slowly, the warrior, Denethurius, climbed the ruined mountainside, using the broken trees to support his battered body as he pressed forward. A crimson crescent moon loomed in the night sky, dimly lighting the man's steep path. Blood stained the ground behind him as he limped onward, dripping from the chainmail-covered animal hide that wrapped about his body. That seemed trivial to him, the loss of his lifeblood, compared to what he had faced. Wounds heal. Death is eternal. The battered warrior ran a calloused thumb over an untarnished ring of silver, roughly hewn and embellished with a single paw print of a bear. The thick ring harnessed an unnatural light about it, faint and fading, but still present. The moonlight could no longer aid him, for he had already drawn upon her light far too long during this bloody night. He trudged forward, climbing slowly upward, and with every step, searing pain emanated from the wound on his side, which did not seem to heal as others had in the past, and his golden eyes slowly dimmed. Ahead, at the peak of the twin mountains, past where the trees could grow, two figures could be seen talking. One was a tall Morian male, the high priest of their dark cult. He had unnaturally white flesh and long, pronounced features. His head was shaved, save only a single black braid of hair that hung off the back of his scalp. This was covered by a helmet formed from the skull and horns of some dark beast spawned by his master. Red tattoos veiled the man's lean but muscular body, running like rivers of blood over his face, torso, and extremities. Dibahale. A mix of disgust and rage formed in his bosom at the appearance of his foe. The other was a woman in a long black dress of tourish design. It was slim and sleek, flowing majestically over her slender features. A three-pronged crown of icy steel sat nobly upon fiery hair of crimson. Her flesh, too, shone bright white in the moonlight, enhanced by an otherworldly sheen. The warrior had never actually seen Miria before this moment, but he knew exactly who she was. The Blood Queen, as she was known among the tribes of men, practiced the darkest form of magic, blood magic. She was at one time the most powerful sorceress the land of Ethria had ever known. But now, at the end of this great desolation, this last and terrible war, the Dark Queen was depleted. Seemingly abandoned by her corrupted gods, the Fallen Ones, dark deities who lent her demonic abilities, Miria was but an empty hull, abandoned by all but her most loyal servant. Queen Miria was the first to see the bleeding warrior making his way slowly up the mountain pass towards them. She quickly turned towards her high priest, Dibahale, muttering something to him. A gaze that could pierce the night was the last thing the warrior saw from Miria before she hurried out of sight. The tattooed man took up a crude stone hammer from the earth and rushed furiously towards the warrior. The two clashed, and the wounded man fought with all his might against his colossal enemy. Hot blood spewed across the snow as blows were traded in a ferocious duel. Despite Dibahale's towering size, the warrior's scales gained him the upper hand. The warrior forced the hammer from Dibahale's icy fingers. He then knocked the tattooed man to the earth with a powerful blow from the haft of the stone hammer. Still breathing, the warrior thought to himself, noting Dibahale's heaving, bony chest. Morians were such unnatural creatures. Perhaps they were once human, but no longer.